from our perspective to see this combination together, and it's pretty cool. I'm really excited to see exactly what comes about this, because U7 Frieza is not an easy deck to pilot. It's not an easy deck to pilot, and it's not an easy deck to win with, especially in a blue dominated format with Mafubas running around and everywhere. So we're gonna see exactly what Joel's win condition is here, because there was a bunch of new like U7 cards that just came out. There's like Piccolos, there's a new Gohan promo, there's a new Gohan that's a green drop. You see Bad Ring Laser here in Joel's main board, and he's going to go ahead and charge it. So, yeah, Mafuba? Yeah, Bad Ring. So, try again. Very good countermeasure for players who are still using Mafuba in the main board, or using Mafuba in the main board, or using any type of counterattacks that U7 Frieza may not like. So very good inclusion. I think it's a staple in the main board now with all the Mafubas running around, and we'll see exactly how long Joel can keep up with this U7 Frieza strategy, because this is exactly what we saw a little bit of before. You know, it was very prevalent in the meta not too long ago, and now with Colossal Warfare, a lot of people have seemed to forget about it. So we'll see if this is actually still a player. When we go back and date back to slow control decks, I think U7 Frieza is one that can't be forgotten, because I think it is the king of control decks, king of slow decks. So if everyone's going to start proceeding to a much slower metagame, this might be the counter that we were all looking for. This might be the exact silver bullet to the very powerful SS3 mono blue deck. So 3 different energy. Wonder how it plays. Well, for U7 players, new U7 players, most U7 leaders, like Frieza, have a permanent ability that makes all your energy any color for any U7 card. As long as you cast a U7 card, your energy does not actually matter. So it's actually pretty irrelevant sometimes for energy, but it actually is pretty relevant for energy too, because he does have to cast cards like Bad Ring Laser, Objection, Flying Nimbus. He does have to cast those for the actual color. So you're always going to see yellow energy or blue energy down on the board, and that's pretty standard, so that it can actually see exactly if you can have a counter, or if you can have something to further your game state and objection. You really do need to hit your colors sometimes, but as far as the creatures and U7 cards go, they don't care about the energy. So that's pretty unique and pretty helpful as far as charging energy goes. But anyways, Johnny Sniper, can we still order the Ultimate Box? Yes, you can. You can still order the Ultimate Box through ProPlayGames.com. ProPlayGames.com will have it for a little bit more expensive than normal, because TCG player fees and all that stuff. But if you want to get that special price of $67 free shipping, what you're going to do is you're going to contact us on Facebook, or you can contact us via email, and you can get that special price. Just be like, hey, George was talking about a special price for Ultimate Boxes, $67 a box shipped. Is that true? And they will tell you, yes, it is very true. And then they will send you a PayPal invoice. And it is the easiest way to facilitate your transaction, not only to protect yourself, protect us, make sure that you get that payment through, and that your payment is recorded in our system, so that there's no way to miss it whatsoever. So that's the best way to do it. And if you want to pre-order those, they will be legal for our regional in Otakon. It will be the first regional that actually allows those cards to be played. So that's the only way the Ultimate Box will be able to be played. Because as you know, at GenCon you will not be able to use the Ultimate Box, even though it does release the weekend of GenCon. Bandai has made an official statement that no, you cannot use those cards. So that's that pretty much. But it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a really unique set. I think Ultimate Box is going to shape up the meta 100%. And I think it's something that you definitely need to hurry and get your copies in, because it might just be a one-print run, just like Heroes and Villains deck expansion. I mean, I know a lot of you guys remember when that dropped, and Mass Saiyans and Time Patrol Trunks were like 20, 30 bucks. So don't let it be you again. Don't sleep on this opportunity. Secure your Ultimate Box. It comes with a binder. It comes with 100 cards, for God's sakes. This is insane. This is like, you don't even have to buy multiples. You just buy one copy and you're good. If you're a rarity whore and you really want to upgrade it, then you can get 4 copies of the Ultimate Box, sell back all your commons to PPG, and get a pretty hefty discount, because as it's looking now, all the singles are way above the price of the actual box, so you definitely want to take advantage of that and buy it as soon as possible. But we see a full power Son Goku here, and it looks like it's a finishing turn for Joel. He's going to go and take 2 life. He's going to go down to 3. He's going to increase the power of his Goku by 10k. That's going to sustain any further evolutions. He's going to do it again. He's just like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to take the kill, and he's going to go and net himself some cards. He's going to make his Goku extremely strong. He's going to use his energy to be untapped with Frieza's ability of the Awaken. He's going to use his extra energy to... Oh, he's going to actually discard and use Frieza's ability again on the backside. Then he's going to pay 1 energy, evolve his Goku. And this might just be the turn 4 kill here for Joel. This might be it. You're going to see the discard, and you're going to see another discard, and you're going to see the Son Goku, Hope of Universe 7, come down on the field. And yes, it does read 35 base, but because of the Goku under it, that just gained it 10k and 10k twice. That means that that card is now sitting at a 55k triple attack. And Joel needs, says, I don't need that. I got this Son Goku, the Awakened Power, secret rare. This is an ultimate, and this is only 1 copy per deck. And it's pretty easy to find in this deck because you're drawing so many cards, but a card does not allow for negates from the opponent. It just goes in there, goes hard in the paint, puts the team on his back, and then all the U7 cards, pretty much just like in the show, Ultra Instinct Goku going in for the kill, and all his buddies coming in to rush right in. That's going to be an easy win for Joel. Turn 4 kill. U7 Friezas, ladies and gentlemen. This is the deck. So, game 1 goes to Joel, and we're going to see exactly if U7 Frieza can make it back to the top of the format here. It is 3-0 at a very, very talented PPG field. Alrighty, guys, we are back, and that was a pretty devastating game for Dilon. He was trying to get his veggies out. He was just an innocent man, trying to do his own little tips and tricks, and Joel just had to rain on his parade with that Son Goku, the Awakened Power. One of, like I said, the whole deck. Can only play 1. It's an ultimate. With an effect like that, it better be an ultimate, because I'm losing to 1 swing. You better believe. You better believe. See, the only problem with this deck is it is a slow deck, right? So those are the cons. It's a slow deck, and the only other con is if you don't see the secret rare, it's a little bit harder to win at times if your opponent doesn't kill themselves. And but what I mean kill themselves is like put themselves to like 4 or 3, which they normally do, let's be honest. I mean, like, you need to get to 4 to awaken yourself, so normally you'll go to 4, and you know, to get an attack slip through from there, it's almost game, because that Goku, that Son Goku, the Awakened Power, not the Awakened Power, the Hope of Universe 7, that one attacks 3 times, so you can have double negate for it and then take 1 and then go down to 3, and if they have another one, well, they would have to attack, so negate, and then they would have to go into another one where they would have another 3 attacks, or potentially 2 if they have another chain to go up the ladder. That's the power of the U7 Frieza deck, and we'll see if Joel decides to go that route, because those are usually the 2 most common routes that U7 goes to win the game. They either dig and successfully find the Awakened Power, which is not hard, especially when you put yourself to 1 during the game-winning turn. Oh my god, and Joel hits the Awakened Power. Wow. That is insane. That's extremely good scenario for Joel to be in. And now Dilon knows it's looming over his head. It's like death looming over his head. He knows what's coming. Not only do you have to make the assumption that your opponent has it, but now he doesn't have to make any assumption. He knows the opponent has it. So now it's go time for Dilon. We're going to see exactly what type of pressure he can put on his opponent. The best thing that Dilon could do in this position is just throw as much as he possibly can towards Joel and hope to get there. Remember, Joel does need to get to 5 energy and then flip his leader all in the same turn. If he cannot do that, Joel cannot land the Awakened Power on cue. Something to note here, Joel did not open with an objection. By not opening objection, it really just sets the deck back an extra turn, of course, because objection does let you play the game a turn ahead. Without objection, it does become much, much slower, a significant amount slower, and we'll see if he can actually manage to grab a game even though the deck is being extremely slowed down. And he sees an objection turn 3, so he's still going to be able to expedite that process. He's going to charge a Mass Sane, so still playing Mass Sane over... He's still playing Mass Sane over the Banisher Fu, which is actually pretty interesting. So this U7 deck, very, very resilient because it does play like 7 to 11 negates. 7 to 10 negates actually is usually pretty common, but it's very powerful because it has a lot of defense, and a deck like Dilon's deck is not exactly hyper aggressive. Hirudegarn is known for hyper aggression, but Dilon's deck in particular not very aggressive, and looks like Dilon's just breaking. He passed his turn without using any of his energy, so it doesn't look like he's off to a good start. And Joel here hitting on cue the Goku, the full power Son Goku. And good thing here though, Joel's at 6, so if he does manage to activate Goku's ability, he's only going to be able to go down to 2 life instead of 1 life. So he sees essentially 1 less card, but it looks like the same thing's going to happen here. He's going to go and activate the Goku ability twice. We already know he has a secret rare. He has to have the awaken. He has to have the hope in order to win. And it looks like he has it. He's going to discard another copy because he has so many already. He has 2 in the discard. He must have another one in the hand already. He flips. He untaps 2. He's probably going to draw 2 again. And it's pretty much over for our hero, Dilon. He's down. It looks like he's down for the count. Old West Palm Beach local, by the way. Love Dilon. Miss him. He's about 2 hours away, so he doesn't get to visit the shop very often. But our new Dragon Ball Super local, Joel, putting in a lot of work. He comes here every week, in and out, puts in his rep against very popular players here at PPG, and it's really showing now. Yep, and it looks like Joel's successfully going to get to a record of 4-0 going into round 5, and that pretty much secures him a top 8 spot for the most part. There is 6 rounds total in attendance today. And it looks like this Goku's going in for all 8 life. And that is game. Dilon offers the concession, and he draws absolutely nothing. He has no Khalifa to summon the Dauntless KO. He has... Wow. Dilon's deck actually looks very unique, but he got here with a 3-0 record, guys. So it's obviously working, but it looks like one of those very few and far behind bricks where you have those games where you just can't play anything. And I'm sure almost everybody's had this experience playing some type of card game. It happens a lot in games like Magic.